Today we're diving deeper into the 3Skeng plugin for SketchUp.
In a recent video, we talked about what you could do with the free trial of 3Skeng, a design tool for engineers to quickly create pipe, channel, and steelwork designs in SketchUp. In this tutorial, we'll show you some of the advanced features, as well as custom component libraries available to you as a paid user of 3Skeng. By the end, you should be off and running, creating both conceptual and detailed pipe, channel, and steelwork models, and generating a bill of materials from your finished model.
Remember, if you're looking for more in-depth SketchUp tutorials, head to sketchupschool.com. But for now, let's get started with this tutorial. To start, you'll need to have 3Skeng installed.
We covered the basics for getting started with 3Skeng in a recent tutorial, so you should be sure to watch that one first. If you have 3Skeng installed, you'll either have the toolbar showing already, or you need to go to your toolbar menu to switch it on. And remember, you'll need to have all of the 3Skeng tools. We covered how to download and install those in our recent video as well. In this tutorial, let's look at some of the more advanced features of 3Skeng. First, we'll take a look at the pipe tool. And I'll switch from conceptual to detail mode. Full disclaimer, I've downloaded this tank from the 3D warehouse so that I have something to work with. For this example, I'm going to suspend reality and use PVC piping, even though I know it wouldn't be the right choice in the real world. So in other words, do not try this at home. So the first thing I'll do is take a look at the bottom here. I'll find the center of this hookup and choose a straight pipe. Notice in the client window, now that we are in detailed mode, we have a bunch of component libraries. The white ones here are libraries that I've purchased already, or in some cases, they are ones that come with the purchase of the 3Skeng tools. The yellow ones are ones that I have yet to purchase. And you'll see here too that we have different libraries for steel piping, stainless steel piping, and so on. And if you see a library you'd like to purchase, just click on it. And here you'll be able to get more information and even purchase. But for now, I'm just going to work with the PVC Pipe Library that I already have. Similar to the conceptual pipe design process from our recent episode, you start by selecting the pipe radius. But since we're in detailed mode, and we've selected a particular library, we're limited to only a few pre-programmed radius possibilities. So we'll pick one, and then select the pipe length. And if I navigate around here, I can see another feature of detailed mode is that the pipe ends are open and the pipes have thickness. Next, I'll pick an elbow. This time I have 3 inferences for the 3 types of elbows available in this library. I'll use the space mouse to navigate around here while I'm picking the inference I want. And you can see again that there's a bit more realistic detail to this piece. Next, I'll pick the rotation. I'll zoom back here to give myself some room and then create the elbow with straight pipe piece here. Then I'll draw a straight pipe back to the wall. And here again is why I'm really loving the Space Mouse wireless. I'm using it with my left hand to get a better view angle, while I use the regular mouse in my right hand to draw the pipe segment. It definitely took my brain a couple of weeks to rewire and get used to using 2 hands instead of 1. But once I got the hang of it, it actually started feeling a lot more comfortable to be able to work with both hands. And it feels so much more natural for moving around the model. So anyway, I'll continue working on this pipe system until I get to this point where I want to talk about a new option. So here, let's add an instrument. Over in the library, we can see we have a couple of options for the type of instrument we can cycle through here. And back next to the instrument, we can pick from a couple of configurations. Lastly, we'll pick the rotation, and then we have a finish line. Then one more option we have in detail mode. With the pipe tool, we can click on this pipe and add a connector, and then select where on the line it should sit. One last idea here in pipe detail mode, if you have an existing piece of equipment like this water tank, you can use 3Skeng to add a pipe segment. This means that you can now use the pipe tools to connect to the equipment easily. So in this case, I'll select the existing pipe system, and then select the connect tool. Then I'll click on the end pin in the line I've just selected, and then click on the pin for the new connector piece, and the whole line snaps into place.
Now that gives you a pretty good idea of how to use the pipe tool. Let's move on to the Steelwork tool next.
Click on the Steelwork tool, and you'll see you have 3 libraries of steel profiles here: C section, I section, and U section. These libraries come with the Steelwork tool, so there's no need to buy them separately. So I'll pick the C-section profile. With the Steelwork tool, you can hover over surfaces to infer the orientation of the profile. Then click to start the profile, and then select the angle. Then move the mouse to select the length. Now you can also click here to select a different standard or type. And if you do that, you can hover over these inferences to look at the different options. I'll choose this double C profile, then move the mouse up to stretch out the length, while using the space mouse here also to navigate to a better view at the same time. Next, I want to draw a connected beam. To do that, I'll hover over the beam until I have the inference snap that I want here on the inside. Next, I'll click to set the profile and zoom in to get a better look here. And then let me show you these options. First, I can orient the double C profile vertically or horizontally. Or I can use this top option to orient the profile in the green direction or back in the red direction. I'll choose red, then move up here to snap to the top. Then move the mouse out and draw the length. And now one more option I want to show you. Let's navigate under here and take a look at how to draw a 45-degree angle support. I'll follow the same steps to snap the profile horizontally in the red direction. But before pulling out the length here, I can click on this top icon to pick the rotation axis. So we'll zoom in here. And there are a few inferences to hover over here. So let's show what each does. Click on the middle set of green circles, and then move the mouse, and you'll see that you're setting the angle of rotation about the center. And so then the top or the bottom is changing position based on the direction you choose. On the other hand, you can pick the top if you want to fix the position of the top and have the bottom make the adjustments. For this example though, I'll fix the bottom. Then I'll click here at the tick mark for a 45-degree angle. And now I can pull the beam length up here to the top. The last step is to be sure to get the highlighted beam inference to let you know you're connecting the beams, and then click on it. If you did this step right, the beams will cut each other perfectly here, and you're done.
So we've taken a look at how to draw pipe, channel, and steelwork using 3Skeng. Let's take a look at how to do reporting next.
First, let's take a look at the label tool. Over here in the client window, you can see you have a few options for how the label tool can work. So let's pick this option here for entire line, then click on the steelwork, and you'll see we're pulling all 3 labels in one click. Click a second time here to anchor the labels, and then move the mouse to space them out, and click a third time to set them down. On the other hand, if you click single element, then you can click on just this beam, and you'll get just one label. The same goes for the pipe instrument here and the connector over here. So that's all easy enough. Now let's move over to the list tool. When you click on the list tool, you get this window here where the list will populate, but we need to click on some things first to add them to the list. So similar to the label tool, you can come over here and select options for what you want to list. So we can pick the entire line and then come click on the steelwork and we'll add all 3 pieces here at once. Or we can click on single line and we'll add just one piece. We can also hold the shift key to add selections. Over here on the pipeline, we can pick entire line and then click on the pipeline to get everything. Notice in the list area that the pipe and profile lists are also separated into 2 tabs. And once you have everything selected, you can come down here and click to copy the information, and then go over to a spreadsheet application and paste the information there to get started on, say, like a bill of materials or something like that.
So hopefully that gives you a pretty good idea of what's possible with 3Skeng. Thanks for joining me. That's it for this episode, and I'll see you next time.